about Richard Mayhew's signature? He always prints it because he signs his limited editions in cursive. But this edition, he wanted handmade paper.
Yeah.
We were flying him back and forth from Santa Cruz, so he would, come out and get excited, and he want to mix and add another screen, and it took almost a year to produce this and the other print in those two print images.
Yeah.
He always signs Mayhew N.A., which stands for the National Academy, because he was the third artist to be admitted into the National Academy of Arts.
Wow.
Because it was all white artists and you had to be voted in it.
Yeah.
So Mayhew, his signature reads the same right side up and upside down.
Oh, right. That's fire.
Yeah.
You make Mayhew. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So one client Walter was working with, and he's like, man, I want an original Mayhew. And at that time, they were like maybe 70, 80,000. He's like, I don't want to pay that much. He's like, well, dude, you want an original, that's what you're looking at.
Right.
So about a month later, he's like, man, I bought a Mayhew at auction. I'm going to ship it to you to frame. I'm sitting in my office, and Walter brought the image in there. And he's like, look at this. I said, whose work is that? He's like, Mayhew. I'm like, no, it's not, because it didn't even have the feel of a Mayhew.
Right.
But the signature is what did it, because he had a cursive A, and I was like, no, that's not. And so Walter took a picture of it, sent it to Richard, and he's like, hey, Rick, is this your work? And is this your work? He texts back, capital N-O, exclamation point. So the auction house had to give the client the money back, because when we told him, hey, this ain't a Mayhew, and why? Because auction houses always say buyer beware. It's up to you to do the research. They don't guarantee it. So they called Walter and said, so who are you to say this is not a Mayhew? Where do you get that from? It's like, from Mayhew. Oh, you called him? Yeah, we did.
And how important is it to copyright or have this small text?
We cut it off, but when we're selling to galleries or people buy it individually, it's a way for them to see, who produced it.
Yeah.
We don't put it in the fine art prints that we produce, but anything on paper is good. It's good to have it. You're selling it unframed, and
Track record.
And it also has a copyright, so the year and the date. As soon as you guys create an original, it's yours. Your copyright's automatic.
Yeah.
And if you're working with a client and you sell them an original and they come back and they say, wait a minute, you made a print of that? Yeah, you didn't buy the right to the piece. You bought the original.
Yeah.
So if somebody doesn't want an original that you sell them made into a print, tell them, well, you can buy the copyright. Yeah.
And that's a couple $100,000.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You calculate, well, if I were going to make 100 prints and sell them for $50, then buy the copyright for that.
Yeah.
But you can sell the copyright to them, but you can control what they do with it. Write that all in a contract. Say you own the rights, which is going to keep me from producing it. But if you produce it, pay me a percentage. For us, as a framer and shipper, we prefer art on canvas. Why? Because you just stretch it and put a frame around the outside. If it's on paper, it's going to need glazing, and it's going to need other elements. If it's on wood, it's going to be heavy. It's hard to handle. When we produced this serigraph by the twins, we printed it on board because we wanted to have durability, but we also wanted it to have the look and feel of their originals, which, they didn't do anything on paper. Their originals are just on canvas.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.